Yo, my INM lovers, I'm right here still in St. Martin on the road to Central American Championship 2014. Yes, I'm pretty close to Phillipsburg, the town, right now. And I am here where bodybuilding originated in St. Martin. One of the oldest gym, if not the first gym in St. Martin. Right here with me, who do I have right here with me?
I'm the owner of the gym, Elliot Richardson.
Elliot Richardson. Well, thank you for your time, sir. Now we're here. This is the oldest gym in St. Martin. So tell us, how did it all start?
Well, we started in the back of the house before that path section was built up there, and we started open air, just training.
Open air, outside, out in the sun.
Out in the sun.
Just like California.
Yeah, we train in the sun, we train in the rain, and then we start putting addition, build a little gym, and we start adding parts on it until we get a full gym. Still, we're going to do a little addition on the front of the gym here, it's a little bigger, because the amount of bodybuilders I have now, I have to do that.
We have understood that it's a old school gym, still up to now.
Up to now.
Okay, tell us the benefits of an old school gym as we go in.
Alright. The benefit is that the guys them grow better, to me, because that is what I've been brought up on. I think the old school gym, when you train with the solid weights, you get more of a better pump than with the machine. And I have a lot of young guys that are working out now, so I'm trying to mold them in, that even in the future that we'll have some more extra bodybuilders.
I see, I see. Now, do we have anybody who might be competing this year in the locals?
Yes, we have one in E. Gray, but he's in this afternoon. I don't know if he's going to come later, but he come account to how he works, you know.
Okay. What's his name?
E. Gray.
E. Gray. Okay. St. Martin, the world expect Mr. E. Gray in the locals on St. Martin right here. Yeah. And hopefully he'll make it to the CAC also in 2014. So now let's see what the gym has in store for us. Well, we have here Mr.
Wilson.
Mr. Wilson. He's the ex-president of the Bodybuilding Federation of St. Martin, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Used to be.
Used to be, yeah, ex-president. Now, we see that you got some nice arms. How long you been building these arms?
Well, I've been doing it for a while. Even though I was the president, taking part, I was still training because I'm also an IFBB official judge. I always say, if you're in something, you should also take part of it, because any bodybuilder that I judge, when I judge him, I know what I'm looking for, because I know the intense training he has to go through, the diet he has to go through. So when I judge you to my qualifications.
You see, this is an issue most of us as bodybuilders we usually have after competition. So I think it's a good thing we have a judge right here who can explain us a little bit more about the judging part. So what is it that a judge looks for upon stage when he sees all those guys standing up there?
Well, in the first place, when you get a whole group of guys, the first thing you look for is the symmetry. You don't look for any individual part, you judge the whole symmetry of the bodybuilder, and from there you start picking out your up to number six guys. When those other guys is gone, then you're going to start taking body part by body part and try to formulate it. And if a bodybuilder has 6 best body parts, automatically you know he comes number 1. And also there's another thing that the bodybuilders has to be very careful with, that the IFBB is stressing on: tattoos. Yes. Last year we had in Santo Domingo, there was a guy from Curacao. The guy had a beautiful body, but one thing killed him. He had a tattoo from his chest over his back down to his thighs, down to his calf, and that is what messed him up.
I think we're talking about Mr. Leonora.
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, he could have won the first place,
Yep.
but because of his tattoo,
Yeah.
it all killed it.
Yeah, okay. Because you start distracting points when you're looking at the top three. You start distracting points. His tattoo, this, that, and a lot of guys just want to know, how come I lose? When you're standing on stage, it's the judges are seeing you from a different angle.
Yeah.
You go and stand in front of a mirror, you're going to put your best pose in the mirror.
Yeah.
But on stage, sometimes you're so nervous you doesn't get what you want. And the majority of bodybuilders, 2 days after the competition, they just go and look at themselves and say, but how come I lose? 2 days after the competition is when you get more muscles come out because you're not stressed out, you're not on your diet, your body is at rest, and you're comfortable. So you show more muscularity after a competition.
Okay. Basically, so for us to get the trick to benefit us, we have to start teaching ourselves how to relax ourselves much better, control the diet way much better, and focus on the posing on the time, not being nervous. Then you still focus on the posing then.
Because a lot of guys take the diet right up to 2 days, sometimes 1 day before the show. No, you have to leave your body recuperate. Maybe take it up to a week. See how it recuperate, and then from there you can, if you know your diet is working, you can go back on it. So you have to start checking your body, checking your body weight, checking your diet, checking all the water in your body. You have to check on those things. Every time you go to a competition, you cannot say, I'm going to stop my diet a week before. No, if you stop it a week before this year, and you see 7 days after you get more muscular, hey, I have to move it back 14 days. It's sometimes good to stop it like a month before, get off your diet, see what your body come out, and then you go back.
I see.
It's a lot of techniques that a lot of the judges look for, the fine symmetry and thing, which you get a lot of massive guys, and sometimes they're gonna go, well, this guy is bigger than this guy. How come you lose? When you come down to the first place, we are looking for size and definition.
Yeah.
Muscularity is what covers the whole package.
Okay. Now, you mentioned about 6 body parts you will be judged on previously. So, what are these 6 body parts?
It's the front double bicep, back double bicep, abdominal and thighs, the side chest, and the triceps.
Okay.
If you have a comparison, then you go up extra to the lats and the back lat strengthening, but it's not really a big comparison part, but they're looking more for muscularity.
Okay.
So when you got 2 guys who look equal alike, then you start to give them the extra to see they're good here, but this guy is better than that.
Okay. Now, we all know no human body is built up the same way. Like there is this table. You can see like 3 body types, like the ectomorph, mesomorph, and the endomorph.
Yes.
Now, how can you judge actually all these 3 body types against each other?
Well, basically, you're going to look for the new rule they have in the IFBB is if you have any defaults, don't matter. If you have a default in your chest and your other parts of your body is great, automatically you're going to lose some points. They're going to mark off points. So because they start to realize guys are good in one area, but they has faults in the other, and that is the basic thing they do. They say, no, we cannot give that guy first place. You're going to lose points, so the other guy is going to get it. The guy can be probably smaller than you, but he don't have no defaults, so he has a chance to win the full.
I see. Now, back home, most of the time, we don't know why somebody is still going to the CAC. But they didn't compete in the nationals, and yet they've been to the CAC earlier, and they've qualified in the top 6. They even take the top 1 or second place, but they're still going to the CAC without going to the nationals. How come they are still allowed to do so?
Okay, basically the nationals has to do with the inter-island competition. Like here in the Netherlands Antilles, every island had to have their competition, and then they have the Netherlands Antilles show, and the qualifiers from there goes. But because of the Antilles that broke apart, we lost out on that. Because all of the other Caribbean countries, they were allowed to send athletes. They keep a show and they send athletes. So now we falls in the same category like them. Everybody was saying, yeah, but the Antilles is not like that. It was not like that. But being that we go on separate status, we go on our own way, That's the way we have to follow up now and go. And any athlete that goes to the CAC and makes the top 6 automatically qualifies for next year.
Okay. So that's been clear out, guys. You heard it. If you've been to the CAC the year before, you've made the top 6, you have a free pass to the next CAC. Okay? So, and there is the other delicate topic about bodybuilding everybody hates to talk about. Oh, you know where I'm going. Everybody hates about that. It's the use of steroids. Now, tell us what is the effect, what is the reason of having steroids in this bodybuilding? Why is it forbidden?
Being an amateur, they are in every sport they are forbidden for between amateurs and professionals. Okay, and the use of steroids is forbidden for amateur bodybuilding, but we all know that there is a way to use it, and you can get off it to get yourself clean. I'm not standing here saying they shouldn't use it. Every human being who's taking part in a sport should know what he wants to gain in life. And if he thinks that this is going to help him to become a professional, look at it this way. The professionals are using it, and if the amateurs don't ever use it, they will never ever reach that step. They will never ever reach that goal. I'm not going to stand here and tell them use it, but I'm not going to tell anyone who wants to use it, it's their choice. Okay. And I find there are certain drugs on the market now that I find is a little too harsh for the IFBB to penalize guys for. For example, if you find a drug like force factor, all those things in your system, you get penalized. But those are over-the-counter drugs. You know, sometimes you have to give and take and give the guys a chance, because if you don't do it, what happening right now in the Caribbean, a lot of the bodybuilders is fading out. Whenever they hear they has to go to a competition and they're going to have drug testing. Bodybuilders are fading out because what you want to have? Do you want to have a bodybuilder? Do you want to have your biggest bodybuilder 150 pounds on a stage? No, it's the same like Miss Olympia. If you take those guys from Miss Olympia and you put them on stage and they all weigh 200 pounds, what kind of competition you're gonna have? You know, I think they should, be a little lenient on some of the things. Once it's an over-the-counter drug, you can say, hey, let's give it. Because once you take a drug test, they knows exactly what you have inside. So don't say, yes, he's using something. Over-the-counter drugs, you should kind of say, hey, don't be too strict on these guys, because else you're not going to get anywhere.
You mentioned, for example, force factor. You mean force factor de-supplement itself, or there is
the tablets?
The tablets. Yes. Okay. And
it's a nitric oxide, gives you energy and endurance and all that.
And that's forbidden in the IFBB.
Once it's fine in your system.
Okay, I see. Good to know. Now, basically, if I have to make a conclusion, if an athlete does take the decision to use these forbidden substances, they sure have to know how to clean it up back then before the competition that they're going to.
Yes.
Okay, that's been clear enough for us. So, well, I think it's time if you can give us a personal tour in the gym. You've been working out.
Okay. Like my brother said, this is the young guys we have coming up and coming, and this whole section here by the end of February is going to be moved from here and set outside. We're going to make an expansion. I try to keep the ladies section to themselves, and
no distraction for the man, no distraction for the ladies.
No distraction for the ladies, not the men. Because the ladies get distracted, not the men. Over here you see this area is more the bench, the free weights, and then in the section up there we have the legs section.
I think you're also about to work out just now.
Yes.
So what body parts you working out yourself today?
Well, I'm going to do shoulders.
Oh, yo, you got the shoulders. Okay.
I did traps yesterday, so I'm just going to do shoulders.
Okay. Now, about that, sometimes how do you split your working out days by muscle parts? So how do you choose that? Why this, why that, why this together?
Okay, what I do basically is, being I'm not competing, I'm just more in the building phase. So I do most of my training for short repetitions, heavy weights, and like for example, if I'm training chest, I just do 3 or 4 exercises for chest on one day. Then the other day when I'm doing the chest, I do the other continuous. I don't do the whole 7-set rack. No, I split it in 2, and most of the time I do. Every time I do a pulling exercise, I will start with a push. If I do bench press, at the end of that, after pushing, I will do light
Dumbbells.
Dumbbells. Yeah.
Okay.
And when I do legs, it's just basically 3 exercises in legs, and I'm out of the gym because I go very heavy and very short and intense. Next time when I come back, I do the rest of them. I never just do a complete routine because I told the guys sometimes, if you are billing, if you go through the whole routine, by the time you're halfway through the routine, your blood is already pumped here, your muscles are tired, your heart is tired. Take a time out, break, go come back the next time. And always start your exercises different. What I do, like if I do chest, today I start with bench press. The next time I come, I will do dips, I will do flies, I will do cables. You don't go back, you don't take the same routine over because your body gets accustomed to that, and it doesn't rotate. Also what I do is I change my routine every 3 months. Because once your body is accustomed of something, it stays there.
Okay.
So you have to change your routine, and which I also tell the guys. Sometimes I have a couple of guys in here, they're in here for like an hour, hour and a half. I tell them it don't make sense. Training in the gym is basically 15% of bodybuilding. The other 85% is rest, supplements,
Very important.
and diet.
Very important, yes.
You know? So don't stay in here and kill yourself for an hour. If you're not sleeping right, eating right, and using vitamins to help build back your muscles when you tear them up inside here, you're not going to get it away.
So basically when somebody comes up in here at Friday night, they give themselves a good hard workout and then they go out.
It's not good. It don't make sense.
Okay. So the thought of I'm gonna be pumped for the party, I'm gonna be looking good for the party, that's
your muscles is tired. When you get up in the morning, you're gonna be like, when you walk out and you go and you sleep, when you get up in the morning, you feel your body pumped. But when you go out, you have a drink and in the night you catch you, when you wake up in the morning, you're fatigued, you're tired. You want to know why? Because your muscles did not rest correctly.
I have people also coming up and asking me every time, listen, I want something to make me big, like from yesterday, and I want to be pumped the whole day. The pump I get in the gym is good, but as soon as I go out the door, the pump is gone. How do I keep that? How do they keep the pump?
A pump is your blood in the muscle. Most naturally, when it relax, it's going to go down. That's where you have to use your creatine and all of those things that helps keep the muscle pumped there, but when the blood is cooled down. And if you don't do those things, it's not going to be beneficial to you. No matter. Some guys, like you say, they come in, they get a pump and they figure it's staying in here, the pump is going to stay there. No, then the muscle is going to start decreasing because it's tired. And also when you have some guys, they say, but I'm training and I ain't really gaining nothing. And very important is when you're eating and when you're taking your supplements, you have to take them on time. If you're eating breakfast, your breakfast is supposed to be between 6:30 and 7. The latest it can go is 7:15. Lunch, the same thing. You have to eat on those particular times because your body starts storing food. If you don't get food on time, then you're going to get food. So once you eat on time and you take your supplements on time, It does what it has to do repeatedly, and you see, you cannot take supplements 10 o'clock today and then tomorrow you take it 4 o'clock, and you chose your body now off balance.
Because they never know what's coming.
Right. The same thing if you eat on time. Like for example, sometimes I eat 6 times a day. Breakfast, have a snack 9 o'clock, lunch 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock again, and then 9 o'clock I have something. When I miss one of those, I kill myself. You just
feel the difference.
You feel the difference. Your body gets in this fatigue mood, like, no, what happened? Oh yes, I missed lunch. Oh, I missed my food. And once you miss that, you're going to mess up the whole rotation. What kills a lot of guys too? Sometimes they're using supplements and they don't read. When you're taking supplements has to be taken on a cycle. You're going to say, I'm going to go on a cycle for a month. If you miss 2 days in that month, you mess up the cycle. Got to start all over again.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Now, back to the CAC. We know St. Martin has some good prospects for this year coming up. So what do you think about these future athletes for these nationals, and what do you see for them in the CAC?
St. Martin's going to have a good year this year in the CAC. Basically, last year we did very good in Santo Domingo. It's just 1 or 2 of our bodybuilders had a little too much water in them. Like I said, they learn from that, so they know what to do earlier. And what is also great about being in St. Martin, when you as a bodybuilder don't have to travel to go to anywhere, you are at home, you can eat how you want, you can rest how you want, you don't have to be jet lagged and all of this. That is a big plus in bodybuilding. All these other bodybuilders who come, it's not going to have the opportunity to do and eat and do what they want like back home. So that's a very big plus for St. Martin.
Okay.
And so the guys who's coming here, and some of them has to come like 4 or 5 days before the competition, so it's kind of a 4 guys in our family.
Yeah.
They have an opportunity. We have some good athletes, and what I like about the show being here is at least a lot of these young guys could get to see something on a professional level.
Yeah.
It gives them a little more motivation to want to do something.
Yeah, because the world of bodybuilding, the sport is dying off a little bit.
Yeah, especially in the Caribbean.
Okay.
Because
now,
the rules and regulations are strict on the bodybuilders.
Okay. Now, do you have experience as a competitor yourself?
Yes.
Okay. So I believe you have some quite good records behind your belt.
I compete twice, and the first time I came first in my category. The second time I came third, and what I'm proud about myself is every time I compete, it was not like some guys with 2 or 3 guys in the class. I always had a full class.
Full class.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my third competition I was training for, I had an accident. I had a back injury. And since that, I never compete again. I just say, hey, I want to be in the sport, so I'm going to train. I train some people.
You pass down your knowledge.
Pass down my knowledge. I went, I become a judge, and I want to see things better.
Yeah. Well, I want to give you the opportunity to invite everybody to St. Martin to enjoy the CAC this year. And if is there anybody you think, any country you think your guys from St. Martin can challenge out, you can use your time to challenge them out.
Well, I'm going to tell you, for what I saw in Santo Domingo, I'm going to say to the rest of the Caribbean, you all better come good, because we are going with first places and the overall. We're going to have a pro this year.
Again.
Martin. It won't be me, but I'm definitely sure it's going to be Desmond Patterson.
You heard him yourself. Expect great things from St. Martin right here in St. Martin Central American Championship 2040. INM BBTV out. I am Hazes Spartan from INM BBTV, and we are right here in the Mecca of bodybuilding, born in St. Martin, on the road to the CAC. INM BBTV, Hazes Spartan out. That was a great interview with the Mr. Wilson, ex-president of the IFBB Federation right here in St. Martin. Oh, you heard what he said. All his words. The man has experience of a judge. He's still a judge. So now you know what they're looking for in the competitions. INM BBTV, Hazen Spartan, out.